Hey everybody, you're here with danshamptons.com. I'm here with Casey Chalem, one of the terrific artists who's done a lot of Dance Papers covers that I'm sure you've all loved, and she's going to be part of our cover artist show in a few weeks. Casey, how are you doing today?
I'm great, thanks.
Awesome. So I was wondering if you could tell us, you've done a number of great covers. Do you remember your first time? Everybody remembers their first time, right?
I do. I remember first trying to get a cover. I had been out here for a while, and I just went in person to the dance paper office and asked, I asked to speak to whoever was in charge of that. And at the time it was this woman, I don't remember her name, but I asked, how do you go about getting a cover? And she looked at me and said, we have famous people on our covers. And I was so, it's taken a lot of guts to go and even ask. I was devastated. I don't even remember. I left, I drove around, and I was like, she had me in tears. It was awful. And she was referring to, at the time, there were a lot of internationally known people on the cover, like Roy Lichtenstein and Eric Fischel, but still, that was an awful experience. Not that long after that, I was on the Hampton Jitney and was sitting next to Dan.
Of course you were.
And I showed him this postcard that I had made up of a painting I had done, which was actually the portrait of my son. It was back in 1996. And he said, oh, I like this. I'm going to make a cover out of it. And the next week he put it on the cover.
See, that's awesome.
It was thrilling, and of course it was, made everything better.
Right, of course. Yeah. What's it like as an artist then, getting that cover and then going out and seeing? Do you run out and try to find it at the store, or how do you?
Well, the first time, I woke up very early. I remember it told me that I think the first batch of papers would be at Dan's paper. So I got up, and of course you have no idea how it's going to turn out. Things have changed a little bit because of the digital. I have a much better idea of how a cover is going to turn out now, because I work with a great photographer that does commercial photography of documenting artwork, Gary Meme. He does he took that picture for the cover. But now, because it's digital, you can predict much better, I think, how it's going to come out. So he has helped me a lot. He's great.
That's excellent.
And I went really early. This time, the last time, a few weeks ago, really, that I had the wave cover,
right.
I wanted to see it, but I was busy with something, and other people saw it before me, which, were emailing me, oh my God, I can't believe it, So then I finally moseyed on out, so I was much more relaxed.
Right.
But it's still exciting.
No, definitely. You've been out here in Sag Harbor now since 1990. How is your inspiration, dealing with nature and seeing what you see every day versus when you came out here and everything was fresh? How do you still keep your paintings alive and strong and vibrant?
There's probably always something new to see. In the first days when I had first moved here, I was still doing a lot of figurative painting, and eventually I've been totally concentrating on landscape, and usually landscape, sometimes open fields, especially fields of flowers, because it's a great excuse to use color. But a lot of my paintings have water in it, and I think that's my big attraction to the area, and many other people's, whether it's calm water, tranquil and serene type of scenes, or ocean. And I've done a number of waves that are part of an ongoing series.
How about the change of seasons out here? That's a great thing, I would imagine, for an artist also, right?
I think it's good because it keeps you on your toes. It keeps your eyes attuned to different things. Spring and summer is still, of course, my favorite seasons because of the colors.
Right.
Fall has beautiful colors too, but they're not my color palette. I think it's beautiful, but I don't really paint that. I definitely have my own things I gravitate to and I'm looking for, and of course there's always hopefully new surprises all the time.
Right. What are you working on now? Anything new you're in the midst of?
I am on my easel back there. I have a painting that I'm almost done with. It's from a field of flowers in Sagaponack, and I was trying to avoid traffic on 27 a few weeks ago.
Traffic on 27?
And was taking this southern route going down through Sagaponack on Parsonage Lane, and I saw this super beautiful field. It was such a treat because, you know, I was trying to get where I was going, and fortunately, so I stopped and I did photographs, and then I came back. You know, and you have, with a field of flowers, you have to get there as soon as you can because it has a short life. And I went out. I was lucky because we had one of these days that was not too humid, not too hot, and it was beautiful. And I was out there painting it. And usually that's 24 by 36, which is some kind of large painting for me anyway to do outside. But so because wind's a factor. It
Sure.
catches the wind. But I was doing it and, you know, struggling with that a little bit and got a really mostly completed painting, and now I'm just doing a few touch-ups in the studio.
Very nice. What's it like being part of the artist community out here on the East End, which obviously has grown, and you get, you know, people who really love and appreciate what you do, but also the artists who are actually doing what you do?
What's it like to be a part of it?
Yeah.
I do know a lot of artists. I think just like I teach some classes also to people who always wanted to do art. They're not professional about it, but they just want to have a chance to try oil painting. I think from other artists and from students that there's always something to learn. And I love to have a good exchange with, you know, I mean, it could be somebody, even a photographer. Mm-hmm. There's always something visually that you can pick up on, and I try to keep myself alive to that.
Yeah, and what's nice about the party that we're having and the art show is that you'll get to be there with other artists, but also with fans of your work who come to meet you and be close to the art. What's that experience like, interacting with people who really love your work as fans of it?
Oh, that's nice. It's always nice when people appreciate your work and can relate to it. I'm also aware that because I work with, I exhibit and paint sometimes with a group called Plein Air Peconic. We all do landscape painting, and we have 3 photographers as well. Each artist all across is interested in slightly different things. So, you know, I think after a while of doing your art, you have your own specific things that you gravitate to. And, you know, just try to keep on finding out what that is for you. So you may be influenced a little bit by the other people whose work you see, but ultimately you have to pick and choose to see what's really, you know, what you can use of that.
All right, terrific. Casey, thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome.
And we'll see you all in a few weeks at the art show.